Alright, so we're back. I appreciate it. Should be what day is it? It is Monday, July 18th. I appreciate it. I am sorry. I got a few things to talk about this video. I need to make sure sorry I'm not sitting like awkwardly way too close to the iPhone, but we got a few things to talk about. It's what time is it right now? I don't even know. 7:32. Alright, so I appreciate it. One thing I've kind of noticed with these videos and making these in my car, I don't know if I'm overthinking this or not. So many of my videos I seem to sound so much different than I actually am. I don't know, than like I feel like I sound. I feel like some videos I sound like this and some videos I sound like that. It's just I kind of feel all over the place. I don't know if it's me kind of being, you know, crammed in this car and making these videos. It's really not a lot of room to work on, really not a lot of room to work with at all. Could just move the screen down, but this is kind of like the good angle that I found that works, but I have no idea whether that relates to it. I think it probably has a little bit of an effect, me kind of just like hunched over like this. I don't know, things are just weird in here. Things just sound weird. I just sound weird in here. I feel like when I listen back to the videos, my voice will sound like different. It'll sound deeper. In some videos it'll sound like this, and others will sound raspy. I don't know, it's kind of hard to identify if it really sounds like me or not. I'm trying, like I'm not even thinking about it. I'm trying to be like where I'm not. Some of the videos I definitely feel like I was like thinking a little bit more of how I should kind of speak on the video or speak on the camera, just because, you know, I don't know, it was just kind of what was happening at the time. Like, you know, maybe I should kind of speak a little slower, a little bit like, you know, not like speak in a different way, but just, I don't know, it was just kind of a thing where maybe I should try, you know, this or try that, or, you know, whatever was kind of going on. It wasn't ever like really intentional. I just feel like sometimes I was just kind of, I don't know, a lot of things were going on and I was just trying to move quick with a lot of things. So I still don't understand why some of the videos I sound different than others, but I really don't want to spend too much time talking about it or even worrying about it at all. So, or my bad if some of the videos I just sound, I feel like I sound like a completely different person, but I really have no idea. So I'm trying my best just to speak normally and how I sound and not really worry about it. Let's move on. The next thing I was going to talk about was I feel like I only want to do this like in terms of the iPhone videos, like max like a month, just max. That would be it. And then after that, I either need to know if I'm getting the camera or not and start using it like all the time, or be willing to make whatever's, you know, next with this. So I feel like a month is the max that I want to do for this. Like, let me say that one more time. I feel like a month is the max that I want to go with just making the iPhone videos, and then I would be ready to move on to whatever's next, you know. I was gonna say I think a really big problem for me right now is I always like to say, you know, things are weird right now. I don't really know what's happening. I don't really know what's going on. There's a lot of negativity. I always just kind of say that same thing. I'm doing so many things and it kind of goes back to me sounding different. And over the last few years I did so many things that not me. Like, this is not what I want to be doing. Move on. This is not what I want to be doing. This is not what I like. And I'd be in all these different things that were just kind of, you can kind of tell when things are really not for you, because you can put in a lot of work, but you're still just really bad. And now you have to give up on, but you kind of have to change a little bit. You kind of have to be like, okay, maybe I could do this at some point, but it honestly might be a lot harder to do this than it is to do something else. So maybe I should try to pick that other thing, find some success in it, and then move on to what I really want to do. Like, kind of carry it over, you know. I definitely feel like the last few years I've been in and out of a lot of things. Definitely a lot of them. Most of them were not for me. And I do feel like for this, it's kind of weird, along with a few things I've talked about. I feel like in the last few years when I've, you know, tried many things, I definitely feel like I look different, but you can't really, you know, see that, because, you know, the only thing on this YouTube is just the past few months, so you really don't see anything different. But it's a weird kind of game that it's very weird to me, because I just remember especially the facial hair thing, because you know, obviously I shave and it comes back, but I was just never used to having this, and it's just kind of a look now, and plus my hair has changed over the last 2 years. But it's so weird, because I remember doing so many different things in my life that I thought like this was it, and I spent so much time in all of 2021 and all of 2020 from the beginning to the end. So that's 2 years. Halfway of 2019 up, that's 2.5 years of everything that I tried. And I remember working, you know, jobs that I didn't like. I remember I talked about how I delivered food. That was that feels like literally forever ago. That was around it was just because I got the job that I currently have. I got the job that I currently have last July. It was July 5th was my first day last year of 2021, and now it's July. What did I say? It's July 18th, so it's officially been 1 year. But it was the months before that I got that job. It was February of 2021 up until that July. That was when I was delivering food, and then that was a very weird time in my life. And I remember doing so many things back then. And like I said, even before, from mid 2019 all the way through the end, through all of 2020, and then up to when I started delivering food in 2021 in February. That's when I started. But it's just that whole timeline, and I've been through a lot of parts of me have stayed the same, honestly, but many things have changed. changed. And I know you can't really see that. Like I said, this has only been the last few months, so you can't really see that. That's obviously things that I've noticed from, you know, spending incredible amounts of time with myself, you know, many other reasons, but it's like nothing we need to really like go into, as in, not like it's weird or anything, but it's just like, you know, I could probably change it this way, or I change, but it's kind of boring to talk about like most of the topics on these videos. But you know, things are getting better. One thing that I wanted to mention was with whatever that I'm really doing with my time, or whatever I'm making, I guess you could say, spending my time on, whatever I'm really doing with my life. I always want to make sure that I'm this is like very corny to like say this like just by itself, or just to say this out loud. It's very corny to say, but I don't know how else to put it. But I want to make sure that I'm actually being honest and I'm not just lying. And I've talked about this before on like playing cards that weren't for me, and doing so many things that it wasn't good at all, had no passion for, and obviously were not for me. So I want to make sure that like whatever I'm doing, I'm actually being honest in. I'm actually kind of being like authentic, like you could say, or I've said that before, and actually showing you like what it is, like how I feel about things, what's my opinion on this, how I think this should be, or what I feel about this, or what do I think about that. You know, just honestly kind of talking or sharing a lot about that stuff. I don't know, I feel like it kind of, I don't even know how to say it, but it's just something to talk about. You can kind of see my personality and see a lot more about me, and I feel like that's just the number one thing. I definitely want to be like honest with whatever I'm making, and not be a fraud, and not like, I don't want to like discredit, like, you know, I don't know, sorry, I don't want to like rip off like other people, or kind of like, let me say it again, I don't want to like go against myself, or be making things that I don't even believe in, or be like a hypocrite, or like kind of rip off other things, you know, and just be some, you know, it sounds so weird to say, but whatever I'm doing, like I actually enjoy it, and then like people are actually enjoying it. I'm not just making stuff and being selfish about it. Like there's this one idea where it's like, you know, make whatever it is you want, and then, you know, you don't have to worry about really anything else. You know, everything else that you want will eventually come. And I can understand that concept. Sorry, I'm like talking weird right now. I'm seeing myself on the phone. It just looks so strange, but I have to get over it. I don't know what to say. It's just, I'm also wearing pants and a long sleeve, and it's like I remember seeing on my computer it was 81 degrees out, and I have pants and a long sleeve, long socks. It's in the car too. It's wasn't a good idea, so it's kind of awkward, and of course my neck is kind of hurting, but I don't know why it always happens. It's sorry, I'll be sitting here for like 10 minutes, and then I can actually like feel some pain in the back of my like neck, shoulder area, just from, you know, bending over a little bit. But I want to make sure, sorry, what was I even speaking about? I literally, it's gonna be funny when I'm editing this, because I literally just forgot what I was talking about, and I'm gonna be editing this and be like, oh, I wanted to say more about that, but I just actually totally forgot what I was talking about. It was something about me being honest. I feel like being honest and being authentic, and not you know, not lying about whatever it is I'm making. You know, making sure the idea that, you know, make what you want, and you don't have to worry about like the other things. They'll just eventually come. But I definitely want to know, this is where I was getting to, sorry, I definitely want to know that what I'm making, like many other people are enjoying too. It's not just me. I don't want to be selfish, being like, you know, oh, I make this stuff, you know, I'm gonna just do it every day, you know, eventually people will like it. It's like, no, I want to make things that other people actually like. That's the whole game, is to make things that people actually like, or can use, or can benefit from. Not just like me making all this stuff and being selfish about it, and being like, you know, I make, you know, these, an example could be, you know, I make these great videos and I like them, but nobody else likes them. It's just like, I don't really know how like great that really is if nobody's appreciating what you're, you know, kind of spending your time on. But there is the other side where you should be making what you like, and not really like directly worrying about if people will like this or appreciate it or anything. But you actually have to know, there has to be some kind of balance where you're actually making something that people actually enjoy, you know. So I'm going to edit this up and figure out, you know, what parts of the video I'm going to use, but I appreciate it. Like I said, it is July 18th, so I appreciate it. Thank you again. Sorry if I've noticed, obviously videos are just weird. They're corny, they're weird. I sound different all the time. I repeat myself thousands of times, like every single video. I know that too, but you're just gonna have to bear with me. Things will get a lot better, but try my best. I appreciate it. That is what I got. So yeah, thank you. That is it.